My office and our offices were across from Holiday Inn in Washington and Lafayette. And I spent a lot of time walking to the banks and to the restaurants, back and forth, past Cottage Flowers and past this building. And I noticed that it was vacant and it was a blight on downtown, and it wasn't rocket science to connect the fact that we needed more space, and here was this big building which would allow us to grow and to stay downtown and to help downtown. And my primary area of civic interest had been the Central Business District for a long time, because it combined civic duty plus real estate plus finance, all things that I was interested in. I partnered with Joe Zaire, and we hired Schinkel Schultz as our architect and Ermshire as our general contractor, and to see if we could make this building go. And it was in very bad shape. We had to do obvious things like put a new roof on. There was some boilers underground we had to deal with. But mainly we had to turn it into an office building from a department store. And a department store didn't need windows, for example, except on the first floor where Wolf and Dessauers and then Ayers had put displays. But we needed windows all throughout the building. And so we spent a lot of time on the type of windows, the solar issues, and that sort of thing. L.S. Ayers had a big, had escalators in the center of the building, and we didn't need escalators because we were going to use a lot of elevators and emergency stairs, that sort of thing. And so it was very interesting to see the contractors pull out the escalators and the architects design what we thought was a really nice atrium from the lowest level, where we put in a fountain all the way up to the skylight, which brought in light into the middle of the building. At first, there were things that kept me awake at night a lot, and that was that, as I mentioned, Waterfield Mortgage, were going to take about half of the space, which turned out to be the third floor and the lower level. And then we had Indiana National Bank, who from Indianapolis put their main Fort Wayne branch where the Lincoln Museum was later there. But we didn't really have any other tenants. We had a lot of people interested. First Federal Savings and Loan, we thought we might attract them over here. There were some law firms that we thought we might attract, and those weren't working out. For everyone had a different story. And I got really scared because we had, of course, had to finance the building. There were personal guarantees involved. We didn't have permanent financing, non-recourse permanent financing. So it was a scary time, and Joe Zaire eventually wanted to get out of the middle of that. So I bought him out because we were committed to move the mortgage company over here. Harding and Dom came to me with interest from Lincoln National for 20,000 square feet. And of course I thought this was great. And so we did everything we could to secure them as a tenant. And their 20,000 feet grew and grew and grew, and eventually ended up to be 138,000 feet, which basically gave us a 100% occupied building. We also needed more parking, so east of the Historical Museum, we, with the help of the commission, we bought a parking lot just east of the museum there. And then I've forgotten, we acquired the parking to the south, which is on Wayne, between us and the old Indiana National Bank. And then we had to get more parking once we had Lincoln, and so we went west and built the parking garage. We hired Hagerman Construction to build that parking garage, and about 230 spaces. But we needed a sky bridge, and the sky bridge was very interesting because we had to get all the state approvals and everything to go over Clinton Street. And I think later on I think it was later that we put the sky bridge across the alley into Lincoln Tower. And Lincoln Tower had a lot of problems. It had gone into foreclosure when Norwest Wells Fargo left. So I always felt good about that sky bridge because that helped the office marketability of Lincoln Tower for covered parking. So my earlier sleepless nights turned into a very pleasant day in 1988 when we had our open house and had a full building. And when I came to the Citizen Square open house the other day, I thought, wow, isn't this something? This is 23 years later, and we're doing another open house in the same place.
That's true. So kind of a common thread here. You saw value in this building that had been vacant and knew that it could be something else. What do you think about that? The fact that you both kind of saw that this property and this location could really be something?
Well, I think I did see value, but only value in the sense that downtown, central business district is important to the vitality and the image of any community. And as a developer told me a long time ago, if we don't keep our central business district healthy, we're just going to be, I-69 is going to be our main street with a bunch of malls and fast food restaurants and gas stations and so forth in. And that's not the image we want. We want a healthy downtown.